Oh my goodness. It darts straight into the curve. It's so flat. Hey crew, I've got the key to that 23 Aston Martin DBX 707. We are going to take it for a drive, but first let's check out how it looks on the inside and outside. Up front, the first thing that'll stand out to you is this mega grille, which is 30% larger than the standard DBX. They also add these side vents, which are bisected by LED DRLs. Up top, we've got LED projector headlights and turn signals. This one is painted in Q satin finish, titanium bronze. But I'm seeing a lot of green here, aren't you? The heat extractors have these optional carbon fiber blades in them. From the side, we see a set of optional 23-inch forged alloy wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires, 285 section front and 325 at the rear. Within those wheels are standard carbon ceramic brakes, and this one has optional bronze painted calipers. The 707 gets extended side skirts, some available carbon fiber here and on the mirror caps. When you step back to look at the profile, here's where that satin paint accentuates the creases and lines of the 707 perfectly. The air suspension not sitting as low as it can right now. At the back, LED taillight bar with turn signals, and it's integrated into this duckbill trunk lid. Up top, there's a carbon fiber lip on this spoiler. Down low, black gloss, and 4 blacked out exhaust ports. This diffuser is immense. It sticks out so far. The 707 is still the best looking of these ultra high performance SUVs, but it's not as good looking as the effortlessly beautiful standard DBX. What do you guys think? Is it as cool looking as a Lamborghini Urus? Let's check out the interior. To open up, press on this part of the door handle and then you can pull. Looking inside at this two-tone black on Arden Green interior, there are Aston Martin logos embroidered on the headrests, perforations, rear seat heating and ventilation. The leather is incredibly supple and it's just covering this cabin. It's on the pillars, it's on the seat back, it's all over the door panel, it's over the speakers. Actually, not everything is leather. There's also carbon fiber. Carbon fiber here, carbon fiber on the upper part of the seat, and carbon fiber for the tread plates, which as scuff protection, I'm not sure how much sense that makes. We have these neat aluminum door pulls, one-touch up-down windows. Stepping in, behind my own seat at 6 feet tall, I've got decent knee room. The foot pockets are big to slide my feet under. Thigh support is excellent, and headroom is plentiful. Thumbs up for me. There are air vents here in the middle and on each pillar. We have a 4-zone climate control system, 2 USB-A ports, not C's. The drive shaft hump is big, but it's not impossibly large, so I can make it into the middle, and then I still have headroom beneath this fixed glass roof. So pretty. If you don't have someone in the middle, there's an armrest that comes down. It's leather, it's padded, it's got 2 cup holders. The back seats of the DBX are so comfortable. You've got the features you need, including leather straps as grab handles, and to make a coat hook, they put another leather strap. Ingenious. Let's check out the front. Now, the doors do have soft close, but I want to hear a full-on door close noise. Solid. And with frameless windows at that, boy, they really want you to know this is a pre-production model, huh? The front seats are more aggressively bolstered than the standard DBX. They're heated and ventilated. They've got memory and lumbar, more carbon fiber and aluminum for the tread plates, aluminum accenting for the foot pedals. Same materials on the front door as the back. We've got power adjusting and power folding door mirrors. It took me an embarrassingly long time to find the tailgate release. It's hidden under here in front of the wireless smartphone charging pad. Inside, we find, more leather and stitching. 22 cubic feet of space. You can expand that by pressing these buttons here to 60/40 split fold the rear seats. You can also raise or lower the air suspension so you've got easier cargo loading. There's a power close and lock feature on the tailgate as well. Let's try some soft close from the inside. Very satisfying. Drivers, get a heated leather wrapped steering wheel. It's the perfect thickness. The paddles are giant and in carbon fiber. There's a digital instrument cluster. It's reconfigurable as you go through the drive modes. The housing has this cool 3D effect to it, and it's got carbon fiber and leather topping it. There's a head-up display, stitched leather all over the dashboard, glass for your gear selections and start-stop button. That's above your 10-inch infotainment system that's not a touchscreen in this day and age. And it's running the old Mercedes-Benz Command software that's very, very clunky and not user-friendly. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They're just wired. Below that are climate control settings, and then there's a redesigned console for the 707, here optionally in gloss carbon fiber. We have lots of little buttons that you have to learn here. I did show you the storage and the wireless smartphone charging pad beneath the console. There are 2 cup holders here, a little bit of storage here in this console, and 2 USB-A ports. Visibility is mostly great. There's a bit of a blind spot at the C-pillar, but there are standard blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alerts. This cabin's material and design quality are exquisite. The technology, like the infotainment, that needs some work. Let's take the DBX 707 for a drive now. All right, let's fire it up. Wait a sec. Now I could just hit the start-stop button and the engine would sound good. But I could also hold the paddle, and when I hit the start-stop, I'm going to get a little something extra. Listen in. Overrun is fun. That's for you, but it's also for everyone around you. They'll thank you. AC is excited. It is warm. Our drive mode is selected here, and we will begin in GT. That's going to keep the exhaust as quiet as possible, but you could at any point in time just hit the button to make it louder. Reverse is up here, and when you tap it, we get a bird's eye view and a high resolution backup camera. We have a few different, I keep wanting to touch the screen. I can't. I have to use either this scroll wheel over here or this pad up top that's sometimes responsive and sometimes not. Anyway, we got a panoramic backup view. We got wheel shots, front view, and panoramic front view. We'll go back to the wide rear angle that's helpful for seeing around potential obstacles. We'll back on out. Press D, which my wife says is too far away if you've got shorter arms. You could see how that'd be a thing. World famous horn test to start us off. Oh. So dignified. It's befitting of a British luxury product. Turn signal sound. It's getting my pulse racing. It sounds like a heartbeat. You see the whole lineup of DBXs over there? We're next to an Aston Martin dealership, that's why, but there are not 707s. And let's talk about the powertrain. Yes, it is the same AMG-sourced 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that you find in the regular DBX, but thanks to things like larger ball-bearing turbochargers, a redone induction and exhaust system, and a retuned ECU, we now have 697 horsepower and 663 pound-feet of torque. Now wait a second. Thought this was called the DBX 707. Doesn't it have 707 horsepower? The answer is like yes and no, because 707 comes from the metric horsepower rating. Here in the US, we use the imperial system, and for us, it's 697. So there you go. And DBX 697 doesn't sound as cool. Either way you want to measure it, That power is routed through a 9-speed automatic gearbox, but unlike the standard DBX, it is not a torque converter automatic, it is a wet clutch auto, and so the shifts are quicker and it facilitates what they call race start, which is launch control, and we will do that a bit later. All that power is sent through all 4 tires, and here in the GT setting, it's accessed smoothly. The brake pedal is bitey. You got to learn how to modulate that to come up to a smooth stop at a light. You do feel those first couple gear changes, but the way the power is accessed is gentle in GT. The throttle isn't too touchy. I will note my seating position is a bit higher than I would like. I attempted to adjust the seat down as far as possible, and I'm still sitting a bit higher than preferred. The seat itself is comfortable. The ergonomics are just okay though, because I did spend like 2 hours behind the wheel of this vehicle, and I was getting through traffic and going, even with the lumbar adjustments, I'm not as fresh as I would like to be. And so long distance seat comfort may not be as ideal as possible. Short distances, however, plenty supple. Let's try the world famous turning radius test. Well, I guess this is world famous too. Pretty good. We don't have rear wheel steering, but it's still a tidy turn. Ride quality from these adaptive dampers and air springs, it's something of highs and lows, because in general, over smooth surfaces, it's comfortable. But your spell of tranquility is interrupted by these jabs over imperfections. And I do think the 23-inch wheels have a large part to play in the sharpness of the impacts. It's not as calming as the standard DBX. And so you're just not as relaxed. You can't get into that Zen zone. Let's see if the DBX 707 is quick to 60 with launch control next. So with my race box set up here, to get into launch control, what they call race start, it's very, very simple. Just go to Sport or Sport Plus. We're gonna do Sport Plus, because why not? And then you just hold your foot hard on the brake while pinning the throttle. Builds up revs to 4,000. Let go. Oh, mercy. Hot dog, that was fast. 3.3 seconds to 60. On a slight uphill, 3.3. Good heavens. And what a unique sound. That doesn't sound like most V8s. It definitely doesn't sound like an AMG V8. I mean, I'm impressed by the extent to which Aston Martin went to make this sound distinctive for the DBX 707. And when you put your foot down, it takes half a second to downshift, but I want to see in manual mode how quick the shifts are. Oh, that's urgent. The gear changes aren't lightning fast, but they're definitely quicker, and above 3,000 RPM. The speed is intense. love the sound of the rushing in of the induction of the air. Compared to the standard DBX I drove not terribly long ago, this is just a monster. Of course, in manual mode, it lets you rev it all the way out to redline for ultimate satisfaction. And it tears forward. We're gonna test out the handling next. So I'm gonna go into sport traction and we'll attack this corner. Clamp on those carbon ceramics. Wow, scrub speed well. Oh my goodness. It darts straight into the curve. It's so flat. I have like this contorted look on my face right now. I'm glad you can't see it because I'm just trying to process what just happened. This is the most dynamic SUV I've ever driven. You could feel the active anti-roll bar step in to keep the body flat. The steering was great. I mean, the turn-in was instant, and then I got great communication through the rack. 325 section rear Pirelli P0s and a wider rear track compared to the DBX definitely have something to do with the stability I was feeling there. Just floored by the ability, the agility of the DBX 707 through a corner. Let's go to individual mode now. We can activate the adaptive cruise control system and lane keep assist. So we're hearing a fair amount of wind noise come in. It is a windier day. I know that because my patio furniture went flying last night. And I'm hearing a lot from those tires. They are wide. But I thought with the dual pane glass it would be just a little bit quieter. The engine has subdued itself considerably. And the road noise really isn't bad. It's just a little bit more tire noise, a little bit more wind noise than I wanted. I do think at this point we can assign a miles per hour word of the day to the DBX 707. And that word has to be vigorous, meaning powerful or active. And I feel like that represents the DBX 707 perfectly. Because, yeah, there's a lot of muscle here, but it finesses itself with this eagerness that is befitting of a sports car. And that's just wild when you're sitting this high up off the ground. High centers of gravity are fighting physics to go through curves like we just experienced, but that's the vigor of the DBX 707. It's ready for action. It's almost time now to launch into pricing and competition, but before we do that, two quick things to share with you I have not yet. The 707's fuel economy, 15 mpg in the city, 20 on the highway, and 17 combined. Not honestly as bad as I was expecting for this much power. The top speed is eye-watering. 193 miles per hour. That makes the DBX 707 the most powerful and highest top speed luxury production SUV you can buy. But it doesn't just get the win right there. The starting price for this vehicle is $235,000. That makes it a fair bit more expensive, about 50 grand more than the standard DBX at $189,000. This one is tested though, with quite a few options, is $292,000. It competes with vehicles like the Lamborghini Urus Performante. I have not yet driven the Performante, although it is scheduled for a loan, and I can't wait. I have driven the regular Urus. The Performante starts at $265,000. It does make 657 horsepower. It gets to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And the top speed is 190 miles per hour. We've also got the Bentley Bentayga Speed. That vehicle starts at $263,000. It makes 626 horsepower. It gets to 60 in 3.5 seconds. And here's the part, before I give you a verdict, where I kind of don't understand this segment. I just have to say it. The ultra high performance SUV segment is really just about bragging rights, isn't it? Because the way I see it, a performance SUV does have a diminishing return. You get to a position like the Porsche Cayenne GTS, and the athleticism for the price, with the power, is all anyone really is going to be able to access, and anything above that, incrementally, as you go up in price and in performance, what you get is, as I've experienced here in the DBX 707, less amenable day in and day out driving. The ride quality gets a little bit firmer, the seats get a little bit tighter. It just isn't as usable and enjoyable as a luxury product. But among the offerings right now, not having driven the Performante, just having driven the regular Urus, the DBX 707 is the best looking, it is the most athletic, the biggest numbers, and priced kind of right in the, actually it's the cheapest. And it's oh wow, I want to say a value. Wild, but it's the one I would go with. However, if you would just humor me for a second and say, all right, I see what you're saying, maybe the segment's kind of getting overblown, why not just go with the standard DBX for $189,000? It is, to my eyes, the most beautiful SUV on sale, while still having plenty of power, 542, and a much better ride. Both the DBX and the 707 still suffer with a bad infotainment. But short of that, I love the standard DBX, and that's the one I would choose. I hope you guys have enjoyed this POV drive review and could hear my rant. If you did, please like, comment, and share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to get notified, and I will see you again next time.